Hey fools, my name is Catherine and I'm the girl behind Vintage Disneybound. Welcome to my channel, or welcome to back to my channel. Today is day 6 of Disneybound December, and we are doing Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. So here are the few facts why I show you my makeup face. You know, gotta put that war paint on. So Lady Tremaine is also known as the Wicked Stepmother from Cinderella. She is the main antagonist of the Cinderella trilogy. She's like an arch enemy of Cinderella. She doesn't really harm her stepdaughters physically, but she is very jealous of Cinderella for being far more beautiful and graceful than her awkward daughters. And Lady Tremaine is also a socialite, which means she is determined to gain higher status by marrying off one of her daughters to Prince Charming or another bachelor of noble blood. She does not want anything beneath her, like we saw in Cinderella 2, where Anastasia tries to marry a bakery person, and stepmother was like, no, you can't do that. He's beneath us, you know. Like, we always have to have higher status. And like, ugh, okay, whatever, lady. It is very a villain-victim relationship between Lady Tremaine and Cinderella. Lady Tremaine was the only villain to live beside her victim day by day. Did you know that? Lady Tremaine was voiced by Eleanor Aldi, who was also known for the live-action preference for this character. She was animated by Frank Thomas. Thomas commented that Lady Tremaine was the dividing force throughout the film, and that she had to be believable even though she was far from human. She would be considered a serious threat to the realistic animated Cinderella. The fights between Lucifer and the mice could be seen reflected the conflict between the human counterparts between Lady Tremaine and Cinderella. Thomas used live action footage as a reference when drawing the frame's animation. Eleanor, dressed as Lady Tremaine, and was filmed performing every action of the character that was required to make. The individual frames from this footage were placed under an animated paper. The actions were not traced exactly, but used as a guidelines, which I think is really cool because they did that for a lot of Disney movies, you know? So that's like a really cool fact that I think so. Lady Tremaine's personality. She is very cold, cruel, and bitterly jealous of Cinderella's charm and beauty. She was determined to forward the interests of her own two daughters against Cinderella. Unlike most Disney villains, Lady Tremaine does not possess any magical powers, except for when she steals the fairy godmother's wand in Twist in Time, so Cinderella 3? Yeah. Or exert any physical force. She's kind of like this grumpy old lady, you know, like she's very grumpy. She strongly believes in maintaining grace and self-control, like, you know, high class aristocrat, remaining her daughters of this when the two fight during the music lesson. The only time she breaks this rule, ironically, at the point when Cinderella interrupts the music lesson to bring Lady Tremaine the invitation to the royal ball. It's kind of funny. At which point she frustratedly slams her hand onto the keys of the piano. She's like, enough! You know, to break the character. Well, her proper character. She has a sinister glare and is very cruel to Cinderella. An example is when she silenced her harshly twice when ordering Cinderella to do chores in the chateau. She even does the same to Anastasia and Gisela occasionally, you know, if they're being like improper. She holds a great envy towards her stepdaughter, simply for her beauty and her wholesome charm. She treats her stepdaughter like a servant in her own home. A tyrant who employs subtle methods, she is deviously I can never say this word. She is deviously in controlling Cinderella by maintaining a shambanoise and her authority of the household. She never fails to abuse Cinderella and leaves that to her daughters instead, but she does mentally abuse Cinderella. She leaves the daughters to abuse her when she shyly noted that Cinderella picks up her dress with the help of Drizella's beads and Anastasia's stash. And like, wait, those are my beads. That is my stash. I want that bag. And then they just rip all her dress up. And like, oh, well, look, rags. Riches from rags. You know, that sort of thing. And she couldn't go to the ball in rags, because that'd be humiliating. By Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time, however, she was implied to have become physically abused, specifically towards Anastasia. Drizella briefly suggests that she and Lady Tremaine beat Anastasia with a stick she found. That's horrible to treat your daughter like that. Almost of all of Tremaine's actions are motivated by a narcissistic hunger for her prestige, as she wants to marry her daughters off to those on top of the social ladder, you know, proper social climbing. Tremaine expects her daughters to be utterly obedient and is infuriated when they are not, as seen when Anastasia chooses not to marry Prince Charming out of love. Cinderella 3. Because she's like, but I want someone to love me for me, you know? I don't want them to love me for being someone else and not being my true self. Which, yeah. Her physical appearance. Lady Tremaine appears to have aged well with sharp facial features, including a nobility large hooked nose with a pronounced crease on both sides. That could be from frowning a lot. She has gray hair, well, brown in her youth, worn in a high-shaped pompadour with a small, light gray streak in the middle. Her green eyes are notably fierce and evil-looking when she is either angered or harboring evil thoughts, and her green orb-shaped earrings contrast her eye color. Her casual and most commonly seen set of clothes consists of a large crimson gown with a golden brooch near her neck that has a green gem in it, and the gown has a high purple collar with an extended purple sleeve. She wears a purple version of this outfit in the third film. She wears a large green ring on her right finger that matches her earrings and her brooch. And in the finale, certain close-ups to her nails were painted a lavender hue to complement her sleeves. That's interesting, I did not know that. New things. Her formal attire, which she wears to the ball, is a long purple gown with short sleeves. Usually carries a cane with a stone more for physical support. In the live-action reimagining of the original film, despite being the mother of two fully grown daughters, Lady Tremaine is a beautiful and elegant woman with red hair and blue eyes and always fashionably dressed. For the royal ball, she wore a gown made of emerald green taffeta with gold inserts and a pair of gold satin gloves, and her hair was embellished with 3 gold feathers. But I did not do the live-action, I did animated version because I liked the crimson color of her dress. Appearances. Lady Tremaine is introduced in the beginning of the film when young Cinderella's father, a widow, desperate for his daughter to have a mother figure, married Lady Tremaine, who is described as a woman of good family, with her 2 daughters, Anastasia and Drizella, and of her own, and a cat named Lucifer. Lady Tremaine showed her true colors when Cinderella's father died, mistreating Cinderella while spending a lot of time on her biological daughters, Anastasia and Drizella, in the hopes of molding them into her own image, but not spoiling them as a result. Oh, but also spoiling the results. Yes, they are very spoiled brats. After the beginning, it is revealed that Cinderella has become a servant in her own home and lives in a small room at the top of the tower in her own house. Lady Tremaine's further order of chores on Cinderella as punishment by finding when the mouse was underneath the teacup in Anastasia's room. She silences her harshly twice when she attempts to object. Then, as she sends a poetic justice, and Lucifer adds onto the pile that requests to give the cat a bath, which I love that part because it's like Lucifer's like nodding, agreeing, smile, nod, and he's like, wait, what? I think that's pretty much it for that. She's also in Cinderella 2 and 3. Some of her cameos included House and Mouse episode, Pete's House of Villains. She was in a cameo in Who Framed Roger Rabbit's special edition DVD on one of the menus, but she's not here in the film itself. She's in As I Told by Emoji short series. The live action appearances she has are in Once Upon a Time. She's in episode 1, The Price of Gold. She's in the live action Cinderella from 2015 with Kate Blanchett that plays her, and she's like very elegant gowns, which I love. I want to redo a Disneybound of that so badly. I love her green dress. She's in a ton of Disney reading series. She's in kinda in Descendants of the Lost Isle. She is the teacher of evil schemes and nasty plots at Dragon Hall. Yeah. She's in video games. She's in Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep. She's around the Disney parks, but her dress is a little more vibrant red than a crimson red. I would think so. And I think that's it for trivia. So I'm just applying blush in my face, you know, gotta add some color to that paleness. And that's the finished makeup look. So I'm starting off from backwards because I didn't realize I edited this backwards. So we're showing you the final product, which I took this red wine dress to match Lady Tremain's dress. I also have a green necklace that you'll see later, and this black purse that has little bedazzles on it, little gems on it. I also have a brown belt to go with this and black sunglasses just for effects, you know, like a little fashionista. I didn't take down my hair because I didn't like the ponytail. It was kind of bugging me, so that's why I went from ponytail to down hair. Then we go to the shoes. My shoes are a light purple Oxford kind of shoe. It has a wooden heel, and I added this effect because of her high collar purple neck and her purple sleeves. Because when I do Disneybounds, I tend to do color blocking and add that to my outfit. I absolutely love these shoes, they're so comfy. But they also make the heel sound where you go click, clack, click, clack because of the wooden heel. So yeah, and I also added black tights because it's cold and it's winter edition. So now we're going to the earrings. I have Cameo earrings. So they're gold Cameo earrings. Then I'm taking this green necklace for her green earrings and her green brooch and her green ring to go with that because more color blocking ideas. So are you guys liking Disneybound December? I know last week I tried something a little different where I didn't speak at all and I kind of just wrote in what I would have said and just had music playing. Do you like that better? Do you like voiceovers better? What do you like better? Let me know in the comments below. I'm also going to take this Cameo ring because her brooch kind of reminds me of the Cameo and it like fits that time period, you know? So that's why I added that. And that's it for this outfit. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I will see you all next time. Bye, beautifuls.